Good day, my good people. If this is the first time we are meeting, nice to meet you. Thank you for stopping by. And for the old subscribers, we are quite a new journey, new community. We just started out. The people who have been there from the first video, thank you. I'm so humbled. Thank you for your support. And I'm Madam Sabers. I'm a certified life coach. And this is our channel, our little community, Desire to Live Life Coaching. For today, I prepared a topic that I don't want any of the parents, our African parents, moving abroad, living abroad. I don't want them to not go prepared, not be prepared, not know how to handle. And I will share my own experiences and some tips on how to handle issues living abroad. So for today, my topic is, how can we prepare our African children, our mixed race children? How can we prepare and how can we make sure, coach them, guide them to fit in, to adapt to the new environment, to the new surrounding, and how can we support? So let's talk about it. And I have few points. I have my notebook, and if we see that I'm looking down, forgive me, I don't want to miss out on any of the points that I jot down. So let's go on with the topic. Before I go on with the topic, one more thing, please, a disclaimer. Please remember, this is a safe platform, this is a safe place where we can talk about our experiences without being judged or being blamed. Sometimes people tend to blame the victim. So the disclaimer will be, please, this is not a topic for why I moved. That will come also. This is today we are talking about how can we prepare our children, ourselves, even us ourselves. I needed more preparation than I had, more information than I was having. So today, let's not focus on why I moved, and not focus on Africans should stay in Africa and build Africa. Yes, we know about those comments. We see how people who are sharing, Africans who are sharing about this kind of experience, are being blamed for traveling or for moving abroad. We don't ask Europeans why they are moving to our countries. We don't ask them why they are traveling. So let's be supportive. Let's allow people to travel. Let's allow people to experience and share their experiences, not be afraid to share their experiences. I really want to support our children, our youngsters, to travel and live abroad wherever they want with confidence and not fearing moving abroad or living abroad. So let's not drift off from the topic of today. Another day I will share about why I moved, and don't judge without knowing my story. I had reasons why I moved. I contributed to my country as a teacher. I was a teacher. I worked for the state, and I contributed my part, that little bit. I moved with the reasons that was really needed at the time. So with the disclaimer out of the way, let's look at the points of today's topic. So for number one, I wish I had discussed more with my little ones. When I moved, I had a toddler, almost a baby, a pre-teenager, and a teenager. So we were prepared about the weather. We watched videos about the little town we would be living in, and but we were not prepared about topics regarding different types of race that we'll be meeting. Different people. We did not discuss so many things that were needed to be discussed. So for today, I would say, if you have a toddler, if you have babies, use pictures. I will advise parents to use pictures and show our little ones there are different types of skin color, there are different types of hair types and eye colors, and yeah, it's okay to be brown, it's okay to be mixed, it's okay to be black. It's not your fault that you are black, it's not that you are a bad person if you're a black person, and it's beautiful. You are beautiful, your hair is beautiful, your skin and your eyes, brown eyes, black eyes, it's beautiful. And someone who treats you differently based on that, it's the person who has is issue, not you. It's not your fault. And when we are open and discussing about these things, children are confident in knowing how to defend themselves. We know in life when we are prepared for something, we know how to handle and we know how to stand for ourselves, stand up for ourselves. But if we are caught in a surprise, we we struggle with that, and it might cause a lasting trauma and heartbreak and damage. So it's better to prepare our children, show them pictures, tell them openly, talk about different races. Even in my family, we have different types of color. There's light color people, there are dark color people, they are mixed, they are everybody. So start with the house, start with the auntie, the uncle who looks different, start with and show them differences in race, in colors, in people, so they are not shocked when they see these different people. I remember my little one asked me, why is everyone white? Because suddenly moving from Africa where everyone he was surrounded was my color and his people, his mother's color, suddenly everyone was white and he was confused. So if I had prepared him, he would know why everyone is white, why everyone looks different. So please, if you are planning to move abroad, talk to your children, talk to your little ones and explain to them it's not wrong to be different, it's not ugly to be different. For the second topic, I would suggest that we talk openly on dinner tables. On openly is general, with teenagers, with young adults, with everyone, that racism exists. It exists. We can ignore all we want. We can say things like some people are saying, if you focus on that, it will happen to you. No, it exists. There are people who are racist. Unfortunately, not everybody is racist, but unfortunately, there are people who are racist. There is discrimination, and these things children might experience that. Let it be a topic that is open for discussion. Let the children come and express their frustration. Let them talk openly. In my house, we openly talk about racism, discrimination. They will tell us the stories of what happened, and we will discuss how do we have handled it differently. How can they be prepared to handle such experiences differently if it happens again. So let it be an open topic. Don't hide. Don't feel uncomfortable talking about racism and discrimination. It does exist, and people are racist. People can discriminate even at school. Unfortunately, with the foreign children being separated and being placed in one class, it's already starting there, where the children feel discriminated, where they are isolated from the people of the country, instead of being united and learn the language easier. They are separated and isolated. That's, to my understanding, that's where discrimination is already starting. Of course, I discussed this with the school, and they explained it was the Ministry of Education's decision to separate foreign children. But I experienced with my children that it was hindering learning the proper language faster, because children, when they play together with the children who are speaking the language of the country, they tend to learn faster. But if they are separated, these foreign children start speaking broken language. In case of Germany, foreign children are placed in class called Dutch class. It's like a German class to adapt to the new language, to get special attention, but it was not effective. It was not working well for my children. I had many meetings with the school. I tried to solve it, not only for me, but also for the other foreign parents, to have this situation change, but it was something that happened for years, and me as a newcomer would never change such a installed program by the government in 1 or 3 years. Or yeah, I tried my part, but already the discrimination is starting in children. The foreign children feel isolated. They don't mingle well with the German children. They are struggling to mingle with the German children, and the language is extremely destroyed. They speak foreign German. They speak a different German because they are isolated from German children. So talk to the children. If I knew from the beginning that will affect my child and my children to be separated and put placed in a foreign class or Dutch class, I would have been well prepared. Because I found out later that some parents stood up and their children were placed in German only class. So then their German learning process was sped up. But I was not aware. Nobody informed me about these classes. I thought and I trusted the system, and I thought that's how it's supposed to be done, until I saw the damage that was done. So speak about these things. Talk to the children. If they don't feel comfortable in this special class, tell the teacher, talk to the teacher, go back and back and back, and have many meetings until your issue is solved, and until your child gets the attention they need to get, or be placed in the class that you wish for your child to be placed. Even for schools, make sure your children, you understand the system of the school where your child is placed. In my case, I did not understand that my child was placed in a school that was self-learning school. Children were given the right to learn or study on their own. I didn't understand the system of the school, and nobody took time to explain to me, the ministerichas or the Schulamt, meaning regional office, we call it in Namibia regional office. You will take your child to a regional office and they will place your child to in a particular school based on your needs. So that regional office in our city, little town, place my children to those particular schools, and the specific school where my child was a self-learning school. Children were given the right to learn on their own and on their own pace, and this system is not fitting for every child. Some children needs a teacher to be on their case. Unfortunately, it is the way it is. Everyone is not learning on the same level and on same speed and on same manner. Some children need someone to guide them. Some children who can study on their own, can learn on their own. And my children were coming from a school, from the system in Namibia, where there was a teacher who will guide them, who will test their progress, who will motivate them, who will have meetings with them when they are not progressing well. But in this case, there was nothing like that. And when I realized that my child was left to learn on his own, it was already too late. It was 3 years or 4 years in, and the school was also becoming impatient with me because I became the complaining teacher. So make sure you understand the system of the schools where your children are placed. You have the right to discuss that with the regional office, and you have the right to discuss that with your school, with the school where your child is placed. The earlier you do it, the better. So I want someone else, I want to save another parent from making the same mistakes that I made, and not knowing how it works. And so one thing parents need to watch out is the signs, how the children are changing. My baby, when we moved abroad, he was a talkative child. He was an outspoken, wild, always playing, always asking, always. He was a very bubbly person, but he started to become withdrawn, aggressive, moody, and yeah, that's when I noticed something is wrong at the kindergarten. He's not happy there, and that's when we started to look into. I had many meetings with the kindergarten group. So if you notice that your children's mood swings are changing, their personality is changing, check in, talk to the children, and find out how is school, find out what's going on. In another sign is also they always get sick. They refuse to go to school. They will find ways not to go to school. My little one was always sick. He would always get sick. They will call me while I was not there to come pick him up. They will always call me every second day. They will call me to come pick him up because he didn't like the kindergarten. From being someone who would also ask me to take him to the kindergarten in Namibia, back in Namibia, would even ask me on Sunday, weekends, to go see his teacher, to go to his classmates. From being a person who loved school, he changed to someone who didn't like the school anymore, the kindergarten anymore. So that will also indicate that the children are having issues at the school, or being discriminated, or being treated not right based on their race. It was extremely hard for me to go drop him off at the kindergarten. As a mother, we want to see our children happy. I want to drop him off and go from there happy, but I was always sad taking my little boy to the kindergarten because I knew he didn't like it. He was not in a safe place. He was not in a place where he was feeling loved and feeling comfortable. So yeah, it was really hard period for us, the kindergarten phase of my little one. So watch out for change in personality, watch out for always being sick, excuses not to go to the school or to the kindergarten or wherever they have to attend. Dropping out, not dropping out was not the issue, but in my case it was skipping classes. They will try to avoid certain teachers. I found out later the teacher my son was avoiding was the teacher who was treating him differently. The first day he was introduced, he skipped my boy in grade. Although they were all foreign children, he was the one that was darker. It's small little things, these even at school, small little things that makes them aware that they are not welcome. They should not feel welcome. So watch out for these little things. I only found out about these things when I started talking to my children, when I started having conversations about racism and discrimination, and they started opening up. They started talking to me. They started telling me what's going on at schools. They started, then I knew that teacher's name. And when the teacher also really had issues with the child, he will contact me for every little thing that my son is doing, for every little thing. You will just say, this is what your son is doing, this is what your son is trying to find reasons to say, this is why I'm treating him differently. So be aware of those things, watch out for those little things, and try to protect your children in any way possible. Another one is yes, we talked about how to find out, or the signs, how to find out when things are not going well. Even as children, how can they react? How do you like practicing practicing how to react. In for example, someone come to touch your hair. There was a time someone was pulling my hair in a shopping mall. I turned around and she said, "Oh, you have beautiful hair. Can I touch?" And in a polite way, I said, "No, thank you that you like my hair, but no, I don't want you to touch." If you know me, you know I'm obsessed with clean hands. I'm always worried people's hands are dirty, so it's something I'm dealing with. So yeah, I was wondering if her hands were even clean when she was touching my hair. So and I felt like a little animal in a zoo. Why would someone want to come touch me? And felt it's right to come touch me just in a public like that. So I politely told her I don't want her to touch my hair. It's okay, I'm appreciating she likes my hair, but I don't want her to touch my hair. So tell the children, and it's their right if they don't want to be touched. If they say no, they can say no. Talk to them about these things. Sometimes people are complimenting you on your skin tone, your skin color. Yeah, it's good, but if they don't want people to touch them, they can say, yeah, thank you, but I don't want you to touch me. So yeah, those are little things you must talk about openly at your dinner table, at your couch. We always couch for movies, so yeah, talk about these things, make them comfortable, let them express their feelings. And when they are having a safe place to talk about, they are becoming confident. I saw that my boys, the moment I realized what was going on, they started to become confident in no, this is wrong. These people are wrong for doing this towards us, and it's not our fault. So yeah, ask them how they can react. If need be, correct them if they are saying like aggressive or saying bad things, swearing or cursing. Please address that. The children are amazing. They give you an opportunity to bring them up. They teach you how to bring them up. They make mistakes sometimes right in front of you. They would say something. I will tell them this. I will beat someone up. So just correct them in a loving way. Just tell them no. We don't want they have poison. What I used to tell my little boy was, if someone has poison in him, he wants to put that poison in you, don't allow them to put that poison in. If you are bad like them, you take that poison in. So don't allow that poison in yourself. So yeah, use child-friendly languages. And this hatred for another race is a poison. It's someone who is walking around bitter and angry with the other race, and it's not their case. It's not their place, or it's not for you as a black person to carry that burden for them, because of course, as I said earlier, there are many German people living in my country, and I could not go around and treat them differently because they are not from my country or they are foreigners. So if they are bad people, they let them be bad alone. Don't you become bad as they are. So that's how you can correct the children when they respond and tell you how they will react. Also, make sure, while we are on this topic, make sure the children don't use the race card to and walk around aggressive and arrogant and rude, because you are telling them these people are bad. The people who are racist are bad. Doesn't give them, your children or a African person or a mixed race person, the right to walk around arrogant and angry and aggressive and treat and use the race card every time maybe someone who is even really polite, and tell them what you are doing is wrong, you just start shouting, you are racist. I had an incident once in the train, and a guy was talking really loud. African guy was talking really loud. Even me as an African was super embarrassed. He was talking super loud in the train on a phone, and the lady next to him said, "Can you please tone down a little bit?" And he started screaming, "Are you racist? Are you a Nazi?" And it was not necessary. So teach your children not to be disrespectful, not to use race card for things that they are guilty of. If they are guilty, they must take responsibility. They must not use the race card to say you are a racist. Once my son came home very angry and I asked him what happened. He said the bus driver is very racist, and I said what happened, and he said I was stepping on the chair where the people are sitting on the seat, and he let me out of the bus 2 stops before his bus stop. And I told him, "No, you were wrong." He said, "Yeah, but the other white children were doing it." I said, "Doesn't matter, white or black or pink. Stepping on the seat that someone else will sit on is wrong." So know when to defend yourself, when to stand up for yourself. As I was saying, I told my little boy that was not right. He must be respectful. We must know when to stand up for himself. And even if a white child is doing, and the best bus driver is not reacting the way he did towards them, sometimes we are even giving these people an opportunity to treat us wrong by putting ourselves into places, into situations where they will get the right and opportunity to say, yeah, that is why we don't like foreigners in our country. That is why we don't want you people here. Be respectful, do the task and the jobs that we are provided for, and opportunities, great opportunities that we are provided for. In Germany, the government tries to give so many opportunities, even though people are racist, and you will find people extremely racist. Not everyone is racist. As I said, there are so many opportunities. Use those opportunities to improve your life. If you are a working class person, if you are paying your tax, you also feel confident in walking around confidently and dress well. Let's teach our boys. That's the issue also I hate with my boys. If you are dressing like a gangster, people will treat you. Unfortunately, that is the truth. People treat you the way you dress. If you are, even if you are not buying fancy, expensive clothes, if you take care of your clothes, if you iron your clothes, if you look good, people treat you good, and people treat you with respect. Yes, there are cases that people will treat you bad while you are well dressed, while you are wearing a tie and a church suit. That can happen, but mostly people, even not even different race, mostly even people black on black, they treat you differently when you present yourself in a respectful manner. So train our boys, especially me who was bringing up boys, or is bringing up still boys. I'm training my boys to be respectful, to dress well, to look good, to be clean, to be presentable. So it's not to trick people into treating you well, but you also as yourself as a person, you feel good when you look good. So make sure you always look good, you do the right things, stay out of trouble, and don't use the race card when you mess up. And that will be all for today. If I have another topics regarding living abroad, I will bring and share, and I will definitely keep on sharing our experiences. Someone might learn from my experiences and not go through the same trauma and hardship that we went through. Someone might learn from me and avoid some of the mistakes we made. So from me, with that, I will say stay blessed and live a desired life, build your dream life, and bye-bye for now.